What's up guys, Bowers here from The Slow Cheese, and today we're going to be looking at a game of League of Legends, and this is going to be about playing from behind and really why you should never surrender in a game, especially if you feel like you have a chance. Runes of Mastery is going to be on the screen right now. I'm going to be playing Volibear this game into a Rise, and this video I'm just going to be breaking down, what you should be doing and how to play from behind, identifying your win conditions, and a couple of golden rules to just playing from behind in general. So without further ado, let's roll the clips. Alright, so the first thing we're going to be looking at is the lane phase of the game. In particular, we're going to be looking at my lane phase, just because I DC'd at the start of this game. Lucky me, I started to TP the lane like 5 minutes into the game, and I'm already, Ryze is already level 4 to my level 1, and as you can see, oh my god, Ryze is fucking broken. Well, he's not broken, but you can see I'm already going to be in struggle street for this game, just because of how far I am behind. So the main things that you want to be doing here is really just kind of staying in XP range. You need to level back up. You need to farm. Like, I can't fight Ryze at any point in this game. So I just need to be staying in my in XP range of the minion wave. Now, Ryze is going to be trying to zone me and like fighting me whenever I kind of walk up. So like at this point in the game, XP is kind of more important than CS. Because like there's no way I'm going to be able to pick up any of this safely. You're looking at, you can see the stupid amount of damage he's doing. Like, he's already at 40 CS, and I'm at 3. So you see, I need to focus on catching back up on levels. And, like, the most important thing in your laning phase when you're playing from behind is just to not give them any kills. If you feel like there's a threat of a gank or that they're going to be playing aggressively, then you need to back off and kind of play footsies with them. If, like, if you see what I'm doing here, whenever he's looking to make a move and walking up, I'm following his movements and walking back, so he can never actually, like, Ryze can one-shot me in this stuff. So you don't want to be giving them any opportunities to make an advantage from your level disparities. Now, another thing you want to be doing is paying attention to the wave management and how the wave is pushing, or what way the wave is pushing. Now, as you can see here, the wave is pushing towards Ryze, which means he can start to freeze it, which is what he does. And for me, it's not safe for me to be out here, If I get ganked by Rengar or I give Ryze a kill here because I'm so far out, then I'm dead. Like, there's no chance for me to get back into the game just because I'm falling further and further behind. So what you need to do in that situation, is go grab a camp from your jungle, get some XP from there. You can't stay in XP range. My TP's back up soon, so I'm going to back early and try and get some resistances. Now, if you're looking at the rest of my team as well, you see that they're not doing that great. Like, this is first play of the game. Twist of Fate, teleports bot. Maokai comes in, but the Jinx has already gone down. And, Nami's almost dead. So you see the first blood of the game goes over to the Vayne. Nothing too bad. Like, you see in this game how hard my mid and my bot lane feed. So this is kind of like a way to carry your teammates as well. Maokai does well, but he can't do much at the start. Like, from a jungler's point of view, there's not much you can do but farm. It's hard to gank losing lanes as a jungler. Alright, so what you want to be doing is waiting for these waves to build up and making sure you're catching these massive waves that are pushing into your turret. And you want to be farming them and getting all that XP under your tower where it's safe for you to do so, because it's not safe for you to do it in the lane. So it's good because you get a decent amount of XP, you get some bankrolling, and but like, if you look at my items compared to Ryze is already still harassing me under this turret just because he's got his tier already, and I've only got an old magic mantle and boots. So there's still no point where I can fight him, and I'm getting all this XP and gold, which is helping me get back into the game. Now, if you look at the rest of my team, you'll see how hard they're struggling. TF is still dying to the Corki. And, he's 2-0 now, and then bot's getting ganked. They try to engage, miss tidal wave, Chompers doesn't touch him, they go in, the exhaust goes down, wasted heal, the flash, and Rengar comes in and picks up the double kill. So already you can see my team is not looking good, mid's 0-2 already, and bot's, 0-3. Vayne's getting the free farm now. So I'm going to TP back to lane and just try and catch whatever farm in CS I can. So like as I'm slowly start to catch up, I've picked up my Spectre Cow on a Ruby Crystal. You know, I do make the mistake of trying to fight him here where I really shouldn't have. If I played differently, maybe fought him in the minion wave so he couldn't land so many Qs in a row or something, I might have had a chance to win that. Like, you could see how low I got him, you know, while he's level 10 and I'm level 8. But, you know, I am an idiot. I didn't look at the item advantage. Like, he's got a Rod of Ages on my Spectre's Cow. But the thing is, the important thing to take away from that is you won't see me do that again for the rest of the game. Like, I won't let him 1v1 me and get another kill like that, because that's put me further behind. And the key to playing from behind is to survive your laning phase. You know, if you're looking at the rest of the lanes, like, you know, Twisted Fate's still trying to fight while he's behind this Corki. Corki's about to hit his Trinity Force. Bot lane's still trying to fight, even though they're behind. The team, you need to realize when you're behind and when you need to play passively, you know, and you need to survive your lane phase, which is the most important thing. You know, Corki's about to get his Trinity Force. Vayne's completed her Blade of the Ruin King to Jinx's, you know, pickaxe and a BF sword, so she needs to know that she shouldn't probably be fighting at this point. So during the mid game, we want to be looking at making advantageous plays for ourselves. Now, you know, as you see here, Twisted Fate teleports up and it's a good gank onto Ryze. Unfortunately, he's just so far ahead that he just, you know, destroys the Twisted Fate. But we do get his flash out of it, and I pick up another kill, which is good for me. So as I said, we're getting into the mid-game phase of the game now. You know, our turrets have gone down mid and bot, our outers, you know, and then now we've got to expect them to be roaming around in our jungle. So we need to be warding. Now, you see here, we've caught Rengar on a ward. Now, this is his mistake. You know, he's gone in with no vision. Ryze is in no position to help him. You know, Ryze is all the way in the top lane and Corki's roamed down bot. So he gets caught out by me and Maokai because I've roamed down. And then the Ryze, for some reason, after just seeing Rengar die, just stays right up here in his lane. You know, he's got a ward, but that's not going to save him from a Maokai engage and then me following up. We have the damage to kill him. So we go ham. I pick up another kill onto the Ryze. You know, the Rengar just died like 5 seconds ago right here. But for some reason, you know, the Ryze is an idiot and he stays anyway. For some reason, not expecting the Maokai to, you know, come up and gank him. You know, but you don't want to... The biggest thing to take away from that is you don't want to force things too much, but you're going to be waiting for them to make their mistakes. Because they will. Like in this elo, there are going to be mistakes being had, and you need to play passively until you see an opportunity that you can exploit. Now, if you're strong in the game, like you're the only strong one on your team, you need to be making an influence on the map. You'll see here a fight starting to break out, so I'm like, oh shit, I'm probably going to need to, you know, TP in on this and get some action. Ryze also dropped the TP down, and a few of my members have already gone down. But you see here, I go straight for this Corki, because he's the one that's fed. I flash him, I follow his flash over the wall, and pick up the kill there. If Janna was a bit close, I could have gotten her, but so I loop back around. But you'll see the mistake here. Rengar and Ryze are going to overcommit onto, you know, a half-health Nami and a tanky Maokai. And they're going to not respect the fact that I'm still here, almost on full health, and I'm strong. You know, I'm 4-1 at this point. So I come back around, and even though they do get the Maokai here, it's just another kill onto me. So we shut down the Ryze. No, it wasn't a shutdown, but we get another kill onto the Ryze, and it's just an overextension from them. I'm slowly catching back up to Ryze now in terms of items and gold and XP and whatnot. Now, the next big thing, or your golden rule for you to do, is to identify your win conditions. So you need to look at your team comp and see what their team's lacking and what your what the strengths are. If you look at their team comp, you see, you know, they've got no tank and they've got no hard engage. They're all just squishy damage dealers. Rengar's building full assassin. Ryze should have picked up a frozen heart like second or third item, you know, because that would have been good for my attack speed, and that even Twisted Fate build goes off at some attack speed with his E, and then Jinx obviously has an attack speed steroid as well. But he doesn't. I'm pretty sure he goes Void Staff, third item for some reason. So they're all really squishy, and that's one of the main reasons why I picked Volley into this, because I was originally going to play Yasuo, I think, but I ended up picking the Volley just because I knew we'd have the scaling advantage of having like two big tanks for our front line, like as the game goes later on. So one of the other golden rules is just, as I said before, just waiting for mistakes. When you're behind, you need to play reactively. Like, you know, at this point, we're 8-20. Jinx is 1-6. Twisted Fate 1-6. You know, Corki's fed. They're like, even Rengar's 4-1. You know, they're all fed. Now, on our team, only me and Maokai are really strong. Jinx and Twisted Fate are way too far behind to do anything by themselves. So they need to understand that. And they need to make sure they're not getting caught out and that they're only fighting when me and Maokai are with them. Because if they try and fight by themselves, then they're just going to get destroyed. You know, and one of the other things, like, just don't flame. Like, no one flamed this Twisted Fate, even though he fed his ass off the entire game. You need to wait for their mistakes. Now, closely pay attention to the positioning of this Vayne for the rest of the game. She's going to be the main person that's getting caught out and giving us kills and, like, starting the team fight. So just watch her. I'll be pointing out her for the rest of the game. You know, so at this point, like, you know, it's 30 minutes in. The game's not looking good for us. Jinx has just gotten caught, and now they're 4v5 sieging our mid lane turrets. Yeah, so, like, it's looking like the game's probably over for us at this point. But they waste too much time standing in the mid lane, you know. Like, they're just standing around doing nothing at this point. They should have gone for that Baron, honestly. That's, like, the main thing they should have been doing and take it off the map for us. But they aren't doing... At this point, they aren't doing anything or accomplishing anything by being here in this mid lane. You know, they're being indecisive. Baron's got absolutely no vision on it. Like, there's no chance for us to stop it. We're pushed in. And it's pretty much a free Baron for them. But they don't do it. Now, here we got the first big team fight. And as you'll see, it's a Vayne that makes the mistake. Like, she doesn't expect the engage. She's by herself. And the whole team follows her in blindly. And they just get cleaned up by us. We've got a massive, like, you know, Twisted Fate and Jinx in that fight get to stand back behind me and the Maokai who are engaging. And just free hit from behind. Now here, we already tried to go for that turret and it just did not work. So I ping on the Baron. Like, this is our chance to do this Baron instead of doing the turret, because I feel like the Baron is a bit more worth than in a turret at this point. You know, and there's low def time, so we probably wouldn't be able to pick it up anyway. You know, and we can do this Baron because the other team didn't take it off the map in the first place. If they took the Baron before, then there'd be nothing for us to gain here. Corki's going to try and steal this, but it's going to be fruitless because we have a smite and he's just a mid laner. He wastes his package and he almost dies here, but he burns his flash for nothing, really. Like, he had to flash, obviously, but, like, he shouldn't have tried that in the first place. Now, you'll see here, it's just waiting for mistakes. That's the thing. Every time Vayne gets caught, her team just follows her in and die. Oh, we gotta save Vayne, you know, like, they should just be leaving her to die, because at least they still have a chance to win a fight later, you know. And then we're about to have another team fight here, and this is going to be what loses them the game, even though they're still so far ahead. Now, looking at the setup here, they know we're all here. They've just seen the spooky ghosts from Nami. They see me on the ward, and Jinx has just shot a laser out. But still, the Vayne just goes in for no reason. Like, let's go back here. They see me on the ward. I'm trying to bait this. Corki has a blue ward. He should be bluing this right now instead of Vayne face checking it while her entire team is out of position. But, you know, Vayne goes in first. The AD carry goes in first. You know, the blue ward's too late from the Corki. They should have started off with that instead of face checking, first of all. But, you know, the Vayne is way too trigger happy and kill hungry. So she dies. The whole team is out of position. No one can follow her here. But Vayne just gets picked off. Maokai's going to point and click engage on her. I'm going to follow up. She's going to take a crit rocket to the face, and she's going to get gold carded and die. You know, and then boom, the AoE crits come in and she's dead. Now, Rise, stupidly enough. Now, you look here, and they're all out of position here. Vayne's already dead. It's a 4v5. Rise is still going in at this point. And you look here, like, Rengar and Janna and Corki are all disengaging. They're all turning away and running. But Rise is going in and going for the Twisted Fate. The guy with Zhonya's, who's 2-9 and not a threat to his team, he goes to literally 1v5, you know, and he's got no resistances. He can't frontline, and without his team, and gives them another free kill. You know, the rest of his team is running away and he's gone in. Crazy, man. Like, you see how waiting for mistakes is what is winning us this game. And here, another one. They should not be defending this inner turret. They should be back waiting, you know, at their nexus. Waiting for the Vayne and waiting for the Rise to respawn. They only got 30 seconds on their death timers left. That we can't push in 30 seconds. They'd be able to defend their nexus 5v5, but instead they stay trying to protect the tower for no reason, an inner tower. You know, they're still ahead here, but they die for an inner turret, and at that point, Rengar and Corki goes down, and then, you know, pretty much GG. Like, there's nothing they can do at this point. They would have been able to defend 5v5. Only Janna's left now. You know, like, Rise has huge damage. If they organize a decent team fight, then and caught someone out, then like we've been doing, then they'd have a chance. We're still like 10k gold behind here. But you'll see, we're gonna push this, and at this point, it's pretty much GG. I zone out the Vayne just to make sure she can't get anyone, and the Maokai is gonna root onto her, and Jinx is gonna crit her, and she's gonna die. And there, bye-bye, she's gone. So the Rise comes out, and you see Rise's damage here. He has a stupid amount of damage, and if they could just organize a team fight properly, like I said, they would have had a fighting chance. And you see how me and Maokai are the ones frontlining and engaging. That's our job. But they don't have a frontline. Like, they've lost this, and that's why identifying your win conditions is so important. Because we've outscaled them, we've gotten tanky, me and the Maokai, and we've become unkillable. I'm 10-3. You know, I didn't even need to get that turret. We've just pushed down the mid lane off a couple of fights, even though we've been behind the whole game and have no map pressure. We've waited for their mistakes, and especially when you can identify and see that someone is consistently being out of position, like this Vayne. You know, this Vayne has been out of position every time, and she's pretty much through the game for her team. So we finish up there, and you see how, you know, if you just wait for the mistakes, they will come. They will always come. In games like this, they will always be making mistakes. And this is why you shouldn't be surrendering, really, if you feel like you have a chance. And that's why you need to play passive in your lanes when you are behind. Because if they snowball really hard, then, yeah, then there's almost no chance for you to come back. But you need to give yourself the chance and wait for their mistakes. You need to survive your lane phase. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. I'm sure there'll be more League of Legends videos in the future. Comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Our Facebook and Twitter will be in the description below. And yeah, see you all on the Rift.